Now, as every next-gen console is released, there's always the question, which one is better, Sony or Microsoft? Now that it's been about 5 months since the release of the new gen consoles, we're already on a steady pace to see which one's the winner. Well, not exactly. That's hard to say, because the turning point for, the winner could be whenever, but Sony is still in the same place where it's in the lead, and Microsoft is close behind, but I do see some problems with Microsoft this year and their next-gen console. And for this console war, I am not bringing up the Switch, because the Switch is in its own league. That's only because they're trying to appeal to a different market than Sony and Microsoft. And now, I'm not saying this is more of a video of which one is better to get, because that's not exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying that I see a trend that has happened once before. We are repeating history again. This is going to be the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. B, the fall of the Xbox. Well, more or less what I think is going to happen. This could, basically, I could just be spitting nonsense on this. But let's go back a little bit to where it kind of all started, more or less. I don't know. Because Sony's been in a steady good place for a long time. They've been first most of the time, unless it's the Wii or the Switch. But yeah, that again, appealing casual market, different things. Xbox has been close behind Sony, but has never gotten to the point where Sony has, because Xbox has their loyal fans and the games with such as Halo and Gears. But the first-gen Xbox never was a win, because it didn't have the name like the PS2, It wasn't going to win, and the 360 and the PS3 were very close. Xbox had fans and a great beginning, but a slow end, because the PS3 had a slow beginning, but a great end. Now, the Xbox One, that was kind of a mess. The problem with the Xbox One is that people were getting stale of the games, because PS4 they were making new games like Spider-Man, Horizon, and all the other games, and they had a huge fan base already. And then that generation, there was the bastard child Wii U, but that died early. But the thing is, Xbox is doing the same thing as a company a long time ago did, and that's Sega. Now, you may be wondering, how are they doing that? Well, it's simple. Sega was the new hot thought thing a while ago to rival the big company, Xbox did that with Sony, because Nintendo, again, it was getting going for the casuals. But Xbox had great games at the beginning, but they're reusing them, and now it's gotten to the point where they have forgotten to get innovative.
Open sesame! Well, I've done all I can do.
Kind of sounds like something that's happened before. Yeah, Xbox is doing the same trend, forgetting to be innovative and making the same games over again. It's what Sega did with Sonic, like Sonic 3 and CD. They were innovative, but they still did not feel like a new Sonic experience. Because you've heard it, and I heard it too. Halo fans making the same thing. Oh, it's not as good as Halo 3. It's all stale, and I've heard that all over. It's so easy to find. Now, could Xbox possibly bounce back from this with new exclusives? Because yes, they are buying companies like we know Bethesda, and I think they're in works to buy other stuff. And so those are giving them exclusives that they do lack. Wait, no, they don't lack exclusives. They just don't use the ones they have.
All right, get lost, all of you. You're fired. Go on, scram. Get out of here, you moochers. That's right. Keep moving.
You know what? Yeah.
Except you stay.
Xbox is just not willing to use the exclusives they have. They literally have Banjo-Kazooie, they have all of Rare, so they can make a new Banjo. Just because Nuts and Bolts failed miserably doesn't mean they can't make another one. They can make a new Conker, which people have been asking for, and I haven't heard of Killer Instinct being revived since 2014. Oh, other than that, Xbox does have a saving grace, I guess. Well, they have two. First, they're owned by Microsoft, so Microsoft can run Xbox into the ground and still have enough money to fund them, which is dumb. And next is Game Pass. Now, Game Pass is great because it gives you access to so many games for so cheap. It's a great cloud service, but the big problem is it's also on PC, same as all their exclusives. So the problem is that if I have a PC, there is no point for me getting an Xbox. But there is a point to get a Sony console because games that are still exclusively to that console. Now, personally, I could see Xbox bouncing back if they make the Bethesda's game exclusives and actually use Bethesda properly, because Bethesda has good games. Now, I don't want Xbox to fall, because that would mean Sony would kind of be a monopoly, because Nintendo, casual market again, Sony would have full control over like the hardcore gamers, maybe PC, but it's hard to fight a PC with a PS5. Like, there would be no innovation in exclusives and controllers, and would all get old, and Sony would be the only way. Plus side, which is a small plus side, that old exclusives that Xbox never uses could be revived on another system. Like, Nintendo could rebuy Rare and we can get a Donkey Kong game with King K. Rool, or even better, a Banjo-Kazooie game, like a new one, or like Banjo-Kazooie 1 and 2 on Switch, which would be cool, but I doubt that. It'll probably make a new one. Personally, I would buy an Xbox if they made a new Banjo-Kazooie game, because I know a lot of people would too. But Xbox dying, I hope it doesn't happen, but I do see them becoming like a Sega innovative third-party user, because of the decisions they're making now they're not making good decisions. Like, maybe the Xbox will do great because they're going to have great games coming out. Like, Halo Infinite might be the revival of the Halo series or something. But unless they start trying to make new exclusives, new titles, or reusing some of the older ones that haven't been used in a while, they're not going to get anywhere with just Halo and Gears. Personal opinion, they may be another Sega. They have a lot of money, so I doubt it. And I hope they don't die, because they're great competition, and they're the only competition. Stadia tried, but that flopped famously. And that's the video. Out.